at all this cool stuff. What?
Greetings. Yes, it does, Hunter. When I went to check, I am already approved. Hello, Sitharos. Wesley Lynch. My booth is right there and is awaiting my arrival. I have a session in
30 minutes, give or take.
Greetings, Alex Lemons. Ragu Sitharaman. You cannot be Optimus Prime because your name does not say Optimus Prime. Are you a robot? Are you a spam bot in disguise? Hello, Dan. You've never seen the outside of a booth. Well, there it is. Right next to my laundry basket. Optimus has noticed you, Sitharos. Hello there, Iron Knight Prime 42. Sharp right greetings. Hello and enjoy your break while it lasts. Not going to say that, Alex. Greetings, Lord CDR Preston. I like your new name as Dan Lanzer. I would prefer Dan Laser. It sounds more Transformers-y.
Well, anyway, then the chat died. So what's up? Ryan Reynolds is just awesome. It's almost like he was crafted inside of a Greek sculpture, and then they put clothes on it.
How long till voices start to hurt your throat? It depends on your voice, and it depends on your throat.
Well, I have a cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine. I guess I'll have to watch and see.
Are you able to do Soundwave? Not without the vocal effects. But this is how his voice is done.
David K. is animated Optimus Prime. Transform and roll out. I mean, he was young Optimus Prime. Yeah. Cool. I don't know. Is that good for me or bad for me? What does that mean exactly? That can save clips and do what with them? Oh, in case I like say their name or do a voice for them or whatever. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, we don't talk about non-disclosure things here. The big twist is I am Ryan Reynolds.
The first time ever I did not ask for Soundwave. Someone beat you to it. Boss has an IQ of 1 billion. Considering that Pyro's main shtick is being an Optimus Prime fanboy, how would you play him? Pyro?
Wow, thank you, Super James. If I could pick only one superpower, what would I choose? Good question. I think I'd have to go with Mystique. She is agile. She has extra agility. She can change into anybody. That'd be very cool for me. The voice part, at least. And in order to get into red carpets and stuff, I could just turn into Brad Pitt anytime I wanted to. Get free stuff. And also she's extra strong. So I feel like that's three good ones. Downside being blue when you're just relaxing. Oh, thank you, Hunter, for the $1.99 balloon thing. I didn't know they had gifts on here either. Oh, okay. Because I was like, there is the Pyro in X-Men. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen, I haven't read Last Day of the Richters in a long, long time.
Is Unsolved Mysteries ever returning? That's the real mystery, here on Unsolved Mysteries.
You're learning all the things? These are the stairs of learning.
Yeah, I'm representing today, in case you didn't know. What? Shazam. Of course, they think it's cooler when I'm in front of cool Transformers-y stuff, but it's not all Transformers-y stuff today. Sludge is the Loch Ness Monster, true or false? That is an old video of mine. It was one of the ideas.
Greetings, 312 Ironhide. Why does your username say Ironhide, but you have a picture of Optimus Prime? That is sus.
You can get this jacket online. I can't remember. I can't even remember the name of the company, but it's a full sweatsuit. It comes with the pants.
Wesley Lynch has sad news.
You have an autographed Soundwave from the voice actor who is Soundwave. Yeah.
Well, Michael Vaughn, one shall stand and one shall fall. If the world got healed from crime, there would be no more unsolved mysteries. That is true. But then we wouldn't have a cool guy doing a cool voice saying cool things. If you or anyone you know has any information, be sure to call our hotline at 1-800-UNSOLVED.
Aw, thank you, Boss Ditch. Well, I guess you go by Hunter Ditch on this one. I'd be more excited for X-Men 97 if I was in it. But yes, I am excited. One of the best theme songs ever made to this day. I mean, Batman, X-Men, they're like neck and neck. I don't know why the sad face, though. Isn't that a good thing to get checked out for, to make sure everything's okay, Wesley? Yes, you also Foxy. Your profile picture is just, it's freaking amazing. It looks so freaking good on here. I'm jelly of your profile picture.
Can I do a Beast Wars Dinobot? Ah, of course I can. I should be the true leader. Dinobot, maximize.
All too easy. Thank you very much, 312 Ironhide. I prefer epic, but I will accept awesome.
Oh, I guess I should use this live stream to make the announcement that I'm bringing Prime reviews back. We are going through all thousand whatever, hundreds whatever, of Transformers I have. I'm setting up the review station right there. We're reviewing it from that end, like that end right there, facing this way. So you'll be looking through this hole, and this will be this side will be the display side. There's a Decepticon level. There's lights and stuff in there as well. So that will be the display for Prime reviews. No, I don't drink and I don't dance, so that's a 2 for no. Of course, I'll be on How It Should Have Ended again in the future. These guys, I love working with those guys.
Was rewatching your TFVO video, and you seem to have played like 60% of the Beyond Reality Gamecast.
No, more like 98%. If you pay, it's not all correct. For some reason, they did not credit me for the entire game, for every character. I'm literally every male character, and there's only 2 other voices on there, which are Allison Packard, who's a great voice actor. She voices Windblade and the Doctor at the very beginning. AI listens to me because I love her and thank her often. Sometimes I just compliments to make her feel better. You talking about Siri? Are you still able to do that Rick and Morty conversation? Oh, geez, it's like you want to put me on the spot. You know, they did Transformers stuff too, you know. Yeah, we totally did a montage to Transformers and an episode and stuff. It was great. Whatever.
They do like mates, but my very particular set of skills.
If there was a revival of Transformers anime, I would audition for anything Transformers. It doesn't matter what it is. Hello, Andrew Thomas. As an autistic adult, I love your voice work for Screen Junkies and other projects. Well, as a fellow autistic adult, I appreciate you watching my content and the things that I work on. But my stuff's here, so it helps me if you watch and comment and like and share and favorite and all the other options on this account. That counts. I just do voices for it. Doesn't help me at all. It helps me if you guys watch it, obviously, because the less people that watch it, they're gonna be like, well, nobody's watching it anymore. I know it. I saw the sticker. It's a little corgi with a little happy heart, baby, and he's doing a little dance.
Kind of like D. Bradley Baker in the Bad Batch, only one credited. Pretty much just clones. D. Bradley Baker. Yep, the Regal Royal Crown Club, only in Regal Cinemas. Hello, Billman.
Can I do Malcolm McDowell? Of course I can. Wait, that's Roddy McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell's the one that sounds like this. He was in Community. You thought a professor at this school would go through an elaborate ruse in order just to teach you a lesson? I wonder if it's still time to look at my contract. So the stream scroll like TikTok too. I just popped out, but you were the best, so I'm back. Ha 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 ha. As a guy who works at Regal, it is cool to hear your voice. Thank you, Andrew Thomas. It's cool for you to be here. I have 18 minutes until my session. Malcolm did play every bad guy.
Time after time.
Can I do Bugs Bunny voice? That's an easy one, Doc. Yeah. What's up, Doc? Dennis Tamio. Not exactly sure if I'm pronouncing that right, Doc. Bugs Bunny's not a very hard voice to do. It's basically just a New Yorker.
And you pitch him up and down, but I'm trying not to overdo.
How about Daffy? That's an easy one as well, silly. You're despicable.
Again, I have to do minimum effort for these voices because I literally have a session in a few minutes. So try not to voice monkey me too hard.
Mel Blanc was a legend. But we called him Daddy. Yeah, what's up, Dad?
It was actually Mel Blanc. It was French.
You are very good doing Optimus Prime voice. Did you get the idea or were inspired by Peter Cullen?
Well, Anthony Barrett, that is a long story, but I'll try to keep it short. Yes, I originally heard Peter Cullen's voice in Voltron before Transformers came out because he did the intro for it, and I was like, that voice is amazing. And when I heard him as Optimus Prime, as I am dressed appropriately today, I was just enthralled with Transformers. And I just practiced on all those voices, and obviously not just Optimus Prime's voice, but it was my favorite voice, even though he wasn't my favorite character on the show. And I got really good at him. And then when I got into professional voice work 16 years ago, I didn't include any of that stuff because I didn't actually book any of it at the time, but it was always there that I do these voices, and I would do impressions of them as auditions for other characters. I'd tweak it so it wouldn't sound exactly like the same character or not. Exactly the same character. But eventually, Machinima made Combiner Wars, and I ran into them at San Diego Comic-Con. And like, hey, we know you. And they were looking for people with, a fairly decent amount of social media following, as well as being voice actors, which at the time, I was one of the first voice actors to really kind of do the social media thing. So I tried to get in on it early, which is why I got so many followers so quickly on the other apps. Not this one. This one's kind of stayed the same for a while, but I had so many problems with YouTube. With copyright strikes and content ID strikes, and it just seemed like everybody was after me for just videos of me doing what I'm doing right now. No music, no TV, no nothing, just me talking to the camera, my own camera. And they were saying, "Oh, this video's mine," and they're like, "Okay," and they would give it away. They'd get 2,000 or 3,000 views, and like, "Oh, you're right, this is yours. You'll give it back," and I'd get no money, no monetization out of it.
I would do Big Bird's voice, but that's a completely different character, Snuffy. Wow, he just kind of sounds like a big bird.
Anyway, again, minimum effort because I have a session in 14 minutes. And anyway, so they just offered me the role. They didn't have me audition for it. They said, "We would like you to be Optimus Prime." When I first did it, I was trying to do it more like I always had the assumption that they would bring Peter Cullen in eventually. because at the time that they started, they just did not have the budget for it. And I wanted to do it the way Peter would do it, and he kept directing me to do it as familiar but different. So I changed the voice, I raised up his pitch, I didn't do as much of the Optimus Prime isms. And then they ended up bringing Peter in for seasons 2 and 3, which would have made more sense and sounded better if they just me do it my way. But past is in the past. You got to be good at taking direction as part of the job. From that initial Combiner Wars series, Hasbro found out what I did, and I started getting just pushed out to all the things. And then video games started getting involved as well as commercial stuff. So all in all, between films, shows, commercials, and toys, I've done over 20 voices for Transformers at this point. Dirk Grover, over and under and through. Peter Cullen was a very humble, modest person in person. Nah, you're funny, Michael Vaughn, but no.
What would Optimus Prime sound like wasted? Remember the good old days of Cybertron? I feel like he would sound a little more like Ironhide without the accent.
I don't remember what your voice sounds like.
Favorite Starscream besides Chris Lotta? I would say in order of favorite, I would have to go with Chris Lotta, and then Tom Kenny, and then Steve Bloom.
Is there a voice role that's your dream job that you haven't done yet? I mean, any job that pays would be my favorite. I don't know. I did the what they call ADR scratch, which is temporary voiceover for multiple characters, including Optimus. It was 3 very short sessions. They were just trying to finalize the script because the budget was a tenth the size of the previous film. They literally could not afford Peter Cullen, and they also could not afford Frank Welker for Soundwave either. I triple checked before I even allowed them to submit me for the temporary stuff because I did not want to take a job away from anybody else. And they said that Peter Cullen refused the job. He rejected it because they were only able to do scale. And he was like, no, I will not work for scale. And I do work for scale because scale is pretty good for somebody on my level. And I knew that I was being replaced by him eventually, so it would all be fine, and everybody would get the voice that's awesome anyway. It was just the temporary stuff. It's a fairly common job. If you ever go to LA and live here for a long enough period of time, you'll find that there's a lot of pre-screenings for films. They'll put it out like a year, sometimes 2 years early. The animation's not finished yet. There's bits and pieces. There was something like that recently for some other thing that was out. They scream out. I remember the first one I saw was Lego Movie 2. And it was to have the voices were not Chris Pratt. Sometimes they weren't even good voice actors. They were just people who worked on the film doing the lines, and it's so much worse. That was kind of the job I was concerned about AI taking, is that temporary voice, because they have enough audio from most of their actors that they really don't need a guy like me or temporary people when they could just have AI fill in those gaps until they, just for the screening to get people's feedback, and then they tweak it and they show another screening, and then the final version of the movie is a little different. So yeah.
Greetings. I don't recognize that username. Please do not take offense.
Least favorite voice role. There was some adult type content on Netflix that I didn't sign up for. When I signed up for the job, I didn't know what I was signing up for. So yeah, it was a little embarrassing. I couldn't tell my parents about that job.
Do you have any advice for someone going through his own weight loss journey? Never give up and never surrender.
It's all about calorie deficiency. It's about burning more calories than you eat per day. So if you want to eat 3,000, 5,000 calories, just make sure you work off 5,000 calories a day. Remember that some meals, if you make them right, they can be higher in protein and fiber and less in calories if you tweak the nutrition on your stuff. So that's always helpful. But it's really about, getting in. I would say an average of 3 hours of working out a day, and I know that's hard for some people. It doesn't have to be hard workout. It could just be a hike or a walk, and you don't have to do it all at one time, but it's like you can do less working out if you eat less calories. It's just kind of, that's the balance. So anyway. Remember when I wasted Ash? I wish I had that recorded. I'll say Foghorn Leghorn.
Happity,
Poor pig too. Nah, I'm not a fan of either of those characters. Well, Starscream, that's actually accurate, Billman, because Tom Kenny was the voice of Starscream, so it was basically SpongeBob doing his Starscream impression. Oh yeah, John's little group of folks. How's John doing? I know he has Parkinson's. I've heard so many stories about how seedy Hollywood can be, how you avoided the dreaded casting couch. I don't have to go to a casting couch. I work from here. There you go. Good job, Dayataphobe. I always want to say Deltaphobe. It's hard to say it either way. Thank you, Stanimal FPV. Yeah, I lost 150 pounds. Thank you. Tom Kenny is an underrated Starscream. He's my second favorite next to Chris Latta because he was most accurate to the character from the original show. But Steve Bloom had his own cool twist on it. It was really cool. You swapped her name to reflect her. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's weird how it show up that way. It's much better for the branding to see your actual name on there. I agree. All right, guys, I got about 3 minutes, and then I got to jump off of here. I will be streaming my game, and I might be, now that I know how to do it, I may be doing it on here, too. Yeah, they really did. They really brought back the whole dynamic between Megatron and Starscream. That's good to hear. Yeah, we're all cool. Trying to get by and survive like everybody else. So, anyways, I may be streaming because, like somebody mentioned in the comments, Transformers Beyond Reality. I'm literally most of the voices in the game. Like, other than the 2 female characters, I'm all the other characters. And there's also a game on mobile that I can stream called Transformers Tactical Arena, where I did at least 6 or 7 voices on it. So,
Do Mandark.
Good old Professor Utonium. Oh, girls, it's time to save the day. Dennis is not giving very many gifts for all of these different voices he's requesting, now is he?
X-Men's awesome. I'm hoping it's gonna be cool. My Bumblebee voice basically sounded like this. I was really going for the Bumblebee voice from the 80s cartoon. So for both of the games that I've done Bumblebee for, this is the one I used. I think the other one was a little bit higher, though. I think I pitched him up a little bit higher like this. Aw, thank you. Good game. The gaming girl. Thank you, Nicholas Vincent. All right, 1 more minute, and I should probably get in there. You always want to be a little, like 5 minutes early for your session, just so they can do a little technical check, make sure everything's all connected and good to go. But Voxy Ditch here, my protege with the gift. Go follow that one, because she's learned from the best for me. Anyway. Yeah, I was basically doing Dan Gilvezan, which is basically an impression of the guy of Hawkeye from MASH. Yeah, I used to be big. I don't know if fat guy is a appropriate term to use anymore in 2024, but thank you, John, not real name. Yeah, Devastation was great. I really wished I had a chance to audition for Wheeljack and Starscream and Devastation, because those 2 voices just did not sound like the originals. There was quite a few characters where it felt like they didn't get the original actors, and they could have, but didn't, or they just didn't do their research and get as good a sound alike as they could have gotten. I don't know. Yeah, I have a lot more people in here than I do on the other apps, that's for sure.
That's all, folks. In Porky Pig's voice.
Or you know what, Alex, you can also go to base camp at Everest. You can lose like 30 pounds in a couple of days.
You did get a shout out for fat shaming. Good job.
Not great. Followers are going down. Views are tanking mostly. They literally just want me to get on there, find viral videos, and do reactions to them. That's the content that they want me to make. Thank you, Billman. All right, time's up, folks. Gots to go. Bye, everybody.
Until that day. Hang on, let me make it more dramatic. Until that day. Until all are one. Autobots transform and roll out. Bye.